time to come and chat with us this morning. So very informally, we know that you all have had some questions and some interests about things that might be happening in the district. And so I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Lucero and Dr. Fernandez. As everybody knows, this is our superintendent that we are so pleased that you are leading us in a direction that seems to be going very well. And Dr. Fernandez, who is Associate Superintendent for Student Support Services and Intervention.
And I started in this school, my first job, 21 years ago. Dr. Sanders was the principal, and I was his school psychologist at the time, worked with Jody Flom at the time. I know it's changed, I don't know, but 21 years ago, I was here a long time ago, and this place always has a special place in my heart.
And we're going to ask Angela to join our panel. So I've been sitting on lots of panels in the last almost 6 months as being superintendent, and I think that the more people that you have to answer your questions so you're getting the right answers to your questions, the better. Michael Fernandez is assigned to this school, and so he is going to jump in and answer some questions, and then of course your building principal is going to have the best answers. I actually tried to say, you all don't need me, you all have Dr. Fernandez, but I think what people think is, oh, Temu has all the answers, but that's not really true. It is we have all the answers, because most of the answers most of the questions that people ask me, like, can we do this, can we do this? I often turn back to you all and say, can we? Because it's our district. It's not just my district. The chances are, if you look at the what is happening in Fairfield County, and I would say around the state and across the nation in the job of a superintendent, is that it seems to have an expiration date, that it doesn't last very long. If you look in Fairfield County, all of us who are in place, Greenwich, Darien, Westport, we're all brand new principals, not new to the principals, brand new superintendents in our district. Very interesting. Darien, less than 3 years. Stanford, less than 3 years. Greenwich, less than a year. It's just a turnover position. So when you talk about leadership and you talk about our work, you have to talk about all of us working together, not just the superintendent. So when I turn back to you to say, what would you want to do in that situation? Those are the conversations we need to start having, because I hope to be here for a really, really long time. But if I'm not, the work has to continue. And you can't always feel like you're starting over again. Hello again. Congratulations on your run. He won the race on our 5K Marcus run. I will tell you, I was interviewing his daughters while he was running the race, and they said, oh, my dad's going to win. He'll be number one. And I was like, really? That's big confidence, and they were right. So good job. So I don't know how we want to do this and who's in charge.
Are we showing this first?
So
or?
We can walk you through the PowerPoint. I think that most people know it's not, no, it's okay. On the beginning. Okay, there we go. So that's me, Temu Lucero. I've been your superintendent for a little less than 6 months. You know, I took over in April. I'm having a great time. I'm out and about talking to lots of people. If you were at Mill River Park on Sunday, you heard me MC the whole event, and so that was a lot of fun. I think you know basic information about our school system, and it's rolling now that we have 75 different languages, and that is always amazing to me to see all of the different languages. And there we go again. That's a quote, and I'll let you all read that. So some people ask about that 10-to-1 ratio, because you're like, my class sizes aren't 10-to-1. That really is all the staff in the school building that we're talking about. We're not just talking about the teacher and the student ratio, but I know we added a teacher here. I think you all have 7 kindergarten classes now, which is kind of crazy. see, but you all keep growing in the Still Meadow community, so we're really excited about that. It showed a lot of the programs, and listen, you all will have an opportunity to look at this later, but these are just some of the opportunities that your students will have, especially as they near high school. The amount of scholarships that our students earn, I think, is always a great thing for us to highlight. Our graduation rate is 91%. It dropped a little. We just got the results, and it's dropped a little, so we're doing some investigation of why it's dropped a little in the 17-18 school year, because you're always 2 years behind in reporting that information. And National Merit Scholars, I mean, that's absolutely amazing that when we think about Sanford Public Schools and the talent, academic talent that we have in our school district is really great. The amount of clubs that we offer at our high schools, I think, is something that when we compare ourselves to our neighboring school district, that we have much more opportunities for our students. One, we're a larger school district, and so of course we're going to offer more, but we're so excited of the fact that we are able to offer more programs. The choices that you have when you go to high school in terms of AITE, we just introduced an IB program at Stanford High School. So even if you are on the track, which Still Meadow is, to go to West Hill, you do have the option to go to the IB program at Stanford High if you would choose. And then there are a lot of special programming at West Hill that you can decide to go to if you would choose to, that we have some open enrollment. So these are the different programs that are at the different high schools, and as you near high school, you'll be able to look at that. So it's wrapping back around, but I'm gonna tell someone to slow that down next time. I was like, wow, that's a lot of talking in a short amount of time. But I think that Sharon does that because really she wants me to be able to just talk to you all about any questions that you have. We got like a plethora of questions sent to us, which is great. And so I don't know if people just want to, sometimes people send in these questions and then they don't show up for the meeting, and so we can talk through a lot of them because I know that it's going to, we're being videotaped, just so you know. Okay, I know. He's not used to that. Okay.
He's
a
hiding
little
behind
nervous,
me. You
like,
see that?
don't look at me. If you all, how about someone just throw out a question? Yes.
I have children here, the twins who are in 5th grade. What is the process of middle school?
Yeah.
Applying, is it now, is there timing, will I be?
Do you want to talk a little bit about middle
Part
school?
2 of that
Yes.
question, the Strawberry Hill School.
Yes.
Will that be a middle school available by next year or no?
It will be it is going into, it'll be K-5 next year. So it's K4 this year, K5 next year, K6, K7.
Okay, so not
No,
alphabetical.
not next year, no, yes.
Yeah, so we have our 5 middle schools. Let's see if I can do it. Turnup River, Dolan, Clunin, Schofield, and Riverwalk. So your first, obviously you have a districted middle school. Still Meadow feeds to Clunin. So that would be your districted middle school. Then you have the option to apply to Schofield, one of our magnet schools here in Stanford. And I guess we can also, Rogers is also an option even at this stage. So essentially you would go to your district school unless you were interested in applying to Schofield. There is a upcoming community day where you can go visit. November 7th, where you can visit your district school or one of the other middle schools if you chose. In the spring, we have our orientations for incoming 6th grade families, both the parents and the students, where the students get to see the school, they get to meet the incoming teachers, they sort of do a walkthrough of the school, learn about their lockers. It's a really fun day for them. Parents have typically it's an evening that same day where you come in, there's a presentation on the school, you also get a tour of the building, the layout of the 6th grade program, and then all that information. So that's typically how it works. That's not usually until the spring.
And then the lottery is happening now,
That's
so it is open. It opened a couple weeks ago, and so if you're interested in going to Schofield, that is, you would fill out your application now. We are doing a drawing for Schofield in February, and because the elementary lottery got moved to the fall, and we will pull for Schofield and Rogers Middle School in February.
Where's the communication communication with? Because I'm hearing that for the first time now.
Okay. I don't know. So there was a huge push out of our magnet school process. It may have gotten lost to you because we are doing the big push right now for the elementary school lotteries, because the lottery for the middle schools won't close until early next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I will talk to our communications person to see if she can push that out, but I know it was pushed out a couple of weeks ago, but I think most people are paying attention to the kindergarten lottery now. Like, those orientations are happening this week, and so it could be that we are gonna push out the middle school stronger when we get closer to the date that they're due. But the process is open right now because some people were applying for their younger kids and their middle school kids, so it made sense that the whole lottery process opened so that you're able to apply. But it doesn't matter if you apply on day one or the last day of the lottery, you would still have the same chances of getting into the school.